You ready?
Podcast! Welcome to this episode of Kony's podcast. I'm Dane, and I'm iKON Fast Fiction on Twitter.
I'm Pao, and my Twitter handle is iKON PicFix.
If we sound a little different today, it's just because we're all coming from different levels of exhaustion and too much fun, so our voices are kind of suffering. But we figured we'd do this podcast anyway because we are currently in Seoul. Yay! For this episode, we actually have a very special guest, and she's not someone you've met before, but she knows our other guests as well. Please welcome to the show, Ike's.
Yay! So all the guests that we have in this podcast are actually, has something to do with they love K-culture or they love either K-drama, K-pop, or food.
Okay.
So what got you into the K-culture?
Okay, so back in college, I started watching Taiwanese dramas, and then I moved towards watching Korean dramas. And until now, that's something that I'm really addicted to. So I would say I've been watching already for X number of years, and I do have a lot of lists, like my top favorite list, my recommended list,
Wow.
my must watch again list. So yeah, so I love watching Korean drama.
Pero you're not much into K-pop.
Yes. So out of that whole K culture or Korean wave, I'm just into Korean dramas and Korean food, if you must say. But yes, it's just Korean dramas. I don't even know their names. I mean the artists themselves. I just know the title of the movie and the role that they played. So just really the story and then the whole drama.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is good. So Ike's actually a friend of Gorgie.
And
all-
PD.
And PD na, oh, and ours, of course. So like Gorgie, Ike's also doesn't know iKON.
Yes,
Not
that's
so much
right.
Not so
anyway.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'd say maybe just 5%, just through them.
Again, we have someone who has a fresh perspective and maybe has new eyes coming into the show. And hopefully we get to convert her as a fan.
As
After the
Dane's
episode.
objective.
It's always
as
my
always,
goal. It's
yeah.
to spread the word.
Wow.
Okay, so the other different thing that we're doing in this episode is usually Pao and I are the ones who ask questions. But the interesting bit about Ike's is she's actually in research.
Yep.
Therefore, she's very good at asking questions. And
Probing.
probing and getting answers out of people.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, she's very curious about the fangirl life.
Right.
And what it's like to be a fangirl. How you
Particularly
become
like
a fangirl.
particularly the K-pop fangirl life.
Right.
Yes.
I think Ix already had
A
a
background.
background from last night.
Yeah. Actually, my background would really be the latest show, or not just the latest,
Oh, yeah.
the latest drama, not the latest drama, but one of the love of my this year's drama is Her Private Life.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
and the role
right.
of the girl there, okay, I don't know the name, but is a fangirl. So that's something
Yes.
that got me really curious of how it really is, like behind the scenes of being a fangirl. So I wanted to ask a few questions to these two of how it really is being a fangirl, right? Especially because I'm not really into K-pop.
Na-witness ni Ix last night yung fangirling moments
Yeah.
namin. Because we were able to
Yeah.
go to
Yes.
GD's launch of
Well,
Paranoid.
yeah, we were outside.
ish
Um,
in the cold.
So, on this trip, Gorgie is also with us as well, and PD Nim. But Gorgie is actually a huge G-Dragon fan / Daragon shipper. And so, yeah, when we found out we were having Korean barbecue for dinner and an early dinner.
Yeah.
And when we found out that there was an event, we kind of changed our plans and went there.
At the other side.
At the
of-
other side. And Ike saw us in our sort of
Marupok
fangirl mode,
moment.
I suppose. She has a few opinions.
And few questions as well.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So shall we start?
Yes.
Let's start.
Okay. So actually, the first question that I have is, how do you really define being a fangirl? Like, how do you separate yourselves from other people who just likes, K-pop in general?
That's a very
That's
good
a really good
question.
question.
I think it's all about how or who you're fangirling for.
Okay.
So, like in our case, it's iKON
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of other groups like SHINee. So, in the fangirl life, you always have like a fandom.
Mm-hmm.
So, for SHINee, it's the Showels. For iKON, it's the iKONICs.
Okay.
So, you can have like multi-fandoms, but basically you always have an ultimate fandom or like an ultimate group that you fangirl about.
So, for me as well, actually, this came from Gorgie.
Mm.
Because Gorgie, when we were in Osaka, she was starting to become like a K-pop fan of sorts as well.
We
with
gave
another
her
group. So,
a lesson.
she was starting to sort of stan X1. And she said that the moment she realized she was a fan was when she was watching fan cams of a member. So a fan cam is so like, for example, a group has a performance on a music show.
Right.
And then that network, I think it's Mnet that does it, right?
Yeah.
Where that of course they would have separate cameras, diba? So there would be a camera focused on a
just
particular
one
member lang.
Okay.
So what Gorgie would do was she'd watch the entire performance in like the normal broadcast, right?
Okay.
The way it's broadcasted. But then she'll watch the fan cam or the specific version that just focuses on a particular member. So like it's the same performance but in different angles.
Right.
And she'd watch it like over and over again. So I feel like
And we do that.
yes,
You
and,
do
and
that
we were
too.
telling her like that's like normal, like that's normal for a fangirl. So I feel like what separates you from being a casual fan
Right.
is like a casual fan would listen to the music,
Mm-hmm.
maybe would know the songs or like would recognize a few members.
Okay.
But would never sort of, spend extra time like
Right.
watching extra videos, knowing the names of the members, watching variety shows. So I think the
it's
time
actually-
investment.
The time
The time
investment
That's like
would
the first
really...
step.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when you go in deeper, it's like the money,
Ano,
financial
right.
investment.
So it's really the
And
investment.
emotional.
And
the
emotional
emotional-
investment.
Yeah, like that's
I
like the
that.
layers. I feel like, yeah.
The thing that you contribute would be your time, your money, and then the emotions that you have for a specific person, or is it a specific group?
It depends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are fans that stand the whole group. Unfortunately, there are also people that stand just one member out of the group, and that's kind of frowned upon. Especially if you're the kind of fan who bash the other members.
Of the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there are also multi-stands.
Right.
So you stand different groups.
Yeah.
I see.
In which case, like me, I stand
So like,
SHINee,
yeah,
and then
like
I
we
also
stand
stand
SHINee and
iKON.
iKON. So there's so many layers and levels.
Right. Okay. So out of those three, that's the time, emotion, and money. What would you say would be your biggest investment so far now with iKON?
With iKON?
Or a specific person, because there are so many levels, as you said.
Yeah. Like, for me, I'm happy to say, like, I stand the entire group. I mean,
Okay,
of course,
okay,
I
okay.
have a favorite, so, like, a bias.
Yeah.
Also a sign that you're, like, a legitimate fan, as you kind of picked out your bias.
Right.
But, because for me, time is, of the three, like,
Yeah.
well, emotional, but time, money, and emotional. That's
Yeah, out of the
time
three.
is most precious to me, just because, it's finite.
Okay, that's true.
And like I'm busy at work.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a lot of time. So the fact that I invest time in them for me is like my most valuable. Then emotional investment.
And then money.
Yeah. Because I spend so much time on Twitter. The fact that we're doing this podcast
That's
right now
true.
Yeah.
out of our holiday.
Hello.
And thank you, by the way.
Yes.
So we're taking time.
like for me that's such a big investment. So
I think I don't share Dane's opinion on it.
Okay.
Mainly because I spend so much for merch. So, yung nakita niyong binili ko, wala pa yan.
Yeah.
So, bumili ako ulit ng merch, guys. So, wala pa yun. So, in my previous Korean trips, I would usually like have a big luggage filled with iKON merch.
Okay.
I mean, from official. During my last trip, I learned like to love the unofficial ones also. So, I think money.
Yeah, money would be
comes-
first then because of
Yeah.
the merch that you buy.
And then the second would be, I think, emotional. Kasi I think the other fans would share the same opinion that it's sometimes tiring to actually. Yeah,
Interesting.
It's tiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say that? Like, I see that both of you rated like emotional as the second thing that you invest. I mean, besides time and emotional. But it's so interesting to understand what kind of emotions do you actually invest in the iKON group. Like, more than, of course, happiness, I guess.
Yeah, like, I think that's the thing. Like, I think most people maybe who are not fans think that being a fangirl is just, like rainbows and happy. Because, you see a lot of, like, screaming girls. Like, oh, like, that's
Correct.
what fans do.
Yeah.
And, like, okay, that's a lot of what fangirls do. But because you're so invested in these people, and they are, like, people, even if you don't know them.
Yeah.
And there are things that happen that are not always happy. You get invested. Oh my gosh, I was crying so much at the concert. And they know this in a different episode. Like, you just get invested in these people, especially with iKON.
Why do you feel like so sad when you were crying? Was it a sad emotion or a happy emotion because you were in a concert? Like,
This one was legit sad. Like,
sad.
I watched the concert, flew to Osaka to cry. Well, the thing with iKON kasi is, we started supporting them even before they debuted.
like the pre-debut.
Because they started in a reality show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reality show stakes were high because if they won, they debuted. If they lost,
they could
like,
get
they could get
disbanded.
disbanded.
Okay.
Or done.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, they lost that reality show. So, but then they were given a second chance and they were able to debut. But like, so you've supported them through their journey. It's like watching someone's career.
Right. So you were there from the very beginning. So that's why you feel like you are part of that, I guess, journey to fame or something.
Yeah. And you want them to succeed. Like,
You wanted them to succeed so badly.
Yeah.
That kung pwede lang mag-vote for them. But we don't have that access to...
So there was like this interesting fan cam from when they lost the first reality show. So immediately after that, so fangirls would wait outside, diba? Kasi they were in their vans, they were about to go home because they lost. And like the fangirls were screaming at them na parang, sorry, couldn't make you debut, like we didn't vote enough. And then I think like iKON was screaming back na parang, sorry, or please wait for us. So it's such a
like
shared, and
I
don't know,
they reciprocate.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know how true that is for different fandoms because like you don't see other groups naman. Some groups debut as is na ready package, like SHINee. We never kind of saw them.
The back
at the beginning.
Like SM kind of has that style of this is it, like all
this
glammed up,
whether you like it or not.
And then you just get to know like the other side of them behind the scenes moving forward. So,
and then for YG and for JYP, it's actually
they kind of
quite different.
From
they
like
all
the
start,
beginning.
or at least majority of the groups would start with a reality show.
Right.
Even Big Bang sort of started like that.
So is that why it's tiring, as you said? Because you started from the very beginning, and now it's how many years have you been like fandoming?
Oh my gosh.
With iKON.
Well, their first show was 2013.
2013. Yeah.
So,
when is 2013?
7 years.
And then
Mix and match
like
is
year on year,
24.
there's some
Right. So yeah, is that why it's tiring? Because like you've been following them for 7 years now, and I'm sure there's been ups and downs.
So many ups and downs.
I guess so. Yeah.
So what would you say would be the most like a memorable experience for you guys with iKON? So is it the concert? Because you said it was really like very emotional for you, or was there something else that happened? Because you said they reciprocate.
Exactly.
So for the concert.
Well, in general.
No, okay. For me, kasi I think it's the first reality show. So they composed this song. It's called Climax. I really like that song because it really, how should I say this? Like the lyrics would interpret not only their lives as trainees, but also, how difficult it is.
Okay.
And it was really conveyed very well. So I think yun yung, not favorite, but memorable.
Memorable, yeah.
Yeah, kasi when they performed that, literal, umiiyak yata ako. And this is like YouTube, man.
Right.
I mean, I'm not even watching live. I mean, what more if I was watching live?
Yeah. Because you felt that the journey that they had was very well expressed in that song.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And I think that's a power of iKON also. Like, it's a strength. They can write songs. Particularly, like, Hanbin can write songs.
They write their own songs.
Oh, okay,
They
okay.
produce their
That
own
conveys
songs.
emotions, their own experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a very subtle way. Sometimes it's flat out, like, this is how we feel.
Yeah.
Right, right,
so,
right.
So that's the thing, like, I think why fangirling about iKON is so emotional is may ROI talaga din here in
Right,
iKON.
okay.
Because yun nga, parang they're nice to their fans and then they really give their all. So for me, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record, I've said this in so many episodes, but like, my favorite memory is still the concert in Manila last year.
I was gonna say that
Because
also.
that was wild. Like, they did,
Yeah.
like, it was such a great
I mean, that was the
um,
first concert
Like,
that
yeah.
I went to that I feel like it's a party.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why
Because
was it party?
Well, it was their first time in Manila.
Sorry, can you give me a background? Like, what kind of songs do they sing?
Oh, okay. Go. Oh,
Like,
yeah,
is it
good
a
question.
rap? Like a party song? Like,
Yeah, so they're pretty diverse portfolio.
okay, okay.
But because they're YG, they do have hip hop.
okay.
They do some R&B-ish
Yeah.
things. They even do some rock. Like Freedom is a rock song. And they do like sort of not super cutesy, but like cute songs.
Okay, okay.
Nice songs. And then the thing, what I like about them also is they have upbeat songs, but really sad lyrics. So like, I don't know if you've heard of Love
Upbeat
Scenario.
songs with sad lyrics?
Have you heard Love Scenario?
No.
Oh, you're probably like
You
one
probably
in a
heard
billion.
it.
I mean,
Oh, maybe I've heard it,
heard
but
it,
I don't
but-
Yeah,
like really
but-
associate it with
yeah,
iKON.
yeah. So that song, it's a happy sounding song, but the lyrics are sad.
Okay, okay. So going back to that concert,
Yeah.
why did you mention that it was like a party? That's why it's very memorable for you.
So it was our first time in Manila,
Uh-huh.
and turns out they have a huge fandom in the Philippines.
Oh, that's nice.
And the fandom is super active and supportive.
We didn't know
We didn't know,
this
had no idea
until that
we were
day.
there.
Okay, okay.
And the fans had a huge, like, super successful, like, project that turned at the concert itself.
Yeah.
That really turned the venue into like a party atmosphere.
Oh, that's
the other thing
nice.
about fangirls is, yeah, it's not just one way. Na parang you take in content,
Right.
you know, you listen to their songs, but you try to give back as well. Like, I think when I was a fan of Western music, I never felt the need to, like, it was always like, okay, I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna have a great time for myself. But particularly with iKON, I felt that, oh, you need to participate so that they
Would
enjoy the
feel,
concert as
yeah.
well. Like, they as in the band.
Yeah.
Because parang you feel that they feed off of the crowd's energy
Yeah.
as well.
Okay, okay.
And so, I think that sort of desire to participate,
Interesting.
it's kind of like an
Like to
interesting-
reciprocate their fan service.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, great. So between the two of you, like, one of the things that I saw in her private life is also like filling up the whole room with pictures of the guy that he's interested or pictures of the group. So do you do the same thing?
Parang hindi na.
Okay, okay.
Well, when I was younger and I was standing like the 90s boy band,
Right.
of course, like there were posters all around my
Now?
room. But now, I don't think so. For me kasi, it's not posted like in my room.
Because you mentioned you buy a lot of
Yeah.
merchandise.
We
Yeah,
have an
so
episode for that.
yeah. So the merchandise, they have photo cards though inside the merchandise.
Uh-huh.
And those photo cards are practically like a collectible.
Mm.
So
So like the NBA cards before.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, I think for me, that's the thing that I do now.
Right, right.
But not naman yung ipopost ko sila dun sa walls ko.
Uh-huh.
And maybe, like, if it's also qualified, like, for example, yung wallpaper ng phone mo.
Okay, it's like that.
Can't do that.
Sorry,
can't do
PD
that.
name. Matanihan bin yung, phone ko.
Okay, okay.
So, ako yun. Phone wallpaper. My work laptop, hindi naman.
Oo.
Not yet. Yeah, and then photo cards. An interesting thing also is since I collect merches,
Yeah.
so all my photo cards are like inside the one where we keep the NBA cards before.
Yeah.
And
Speaking
then
of NBA.
it's also protected with resealable plastic.
Right.
So, and then for my posters naman, they're rolled inside like the architect thingy.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, yun. So, hindi ko na sila pinopost kasi parang for me, yun nga, parang it's first release kasi. Parang if you get posters, those are like the albums from the first press.
Yeah.
So, therefore, if you post them and they get like
Damage.
or something, naging yellow sila, so parang panghihinayangan mo rin siya.
I see.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about her private life, I haven't seen all the
Yeah.
episodes, but PD naman and I have talked about this. There's a scene, diba? Or parang this dream sequence.
Yeah.
Na parang, because she's a gallery curator.
Correct.
Or something. Parang she's exhibiting pictures of the idol. And then the girls are like, going around the exhibit. So it's a metaphor, right? Of how it happens online talaga. So she's a fansite master name. And she posts pictures that she took.
Correct.
And then lots of likes, lots of retweets.
Yes.
So, I'm not a fansite master name. I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually my next question. Like, do you participate in forums like that? Do you, make sure that you say your opinion or say what you think about this group or whatnot?
So that's Stan Twitter for us.
Yeah. There are like forums talaga and like Facebook
depends
active
on the
groups.
the fandom.
But I
And you
find
just choose.
like the iKONICs more on the Twitter
side.
in the Twitterverse.
I think Facebook's pretty active as well, but it's kind of a different vibe.
And maybe because I don't open Facebook that much.
Same.
So I'd rather do Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
So Stan accounts are a thing. Like, you don't fangirl on your personal account. Again, that's another thing of, okay, you're going in deeper. Like,
Right, yeah.
I have to open another account for this.
So
that
why do you have to open? Because you'll be like getting into the persona.
That's one. Yes,
yeah.
like because if you use your personal account, number one, like your friends would see everything. Like you'd bombard them, which isn't very nice.
All right.
Sometimes it's annoying.
Yeah, but the other side of it is, you don't want to tell everyone. I think that's also part of a fangirl is, and I don't know if this is true for everyone, but for me in particular, like I used to really be strict about dividing my private life and my fangirl life. And these days, like, it's kind of mingling, but still not as much as, like, other people. Like, I don't want to talk about my other friends. He's, like, a major fanboy now who's, like, super open about his fanboy. And I'm, like, super surprised. So, I'm not like that, but I think there's always a line. And then probably that's why I created a Stan account is I just want to fangirl 100% without anyone sort of knowing who I really am. With people who do the same thing. Because, like, admittedly, there is a stigma about being a fangirl. Right. I think it's less now than before.
Right. Actually, that's a good question. Why do you feel like people think negatively about people doing fangirling or... Right? So, why is there a stigma behind it?
I guess because how we view fangirling, like, years back versus how we view fangirling now also. Or how fangirling happens right now. I mean, everything happens online. Unlike before, that you have to be physically like running around and chasing your idol. So especially in the Philippine culture. But now, I mean, because of the power of the internet also, like you can reach out to like, you know, other fans internationally. Tapos meron pang mga subscription base na parang if you want to have more content of them, you can subscribe to this. And then like for Japan fans, there's also the fan club, the exclusive fan clubs. I think even in Korea, they have the iKONIC zone in which only the Korean fans would have access to other photos that is not available for international fans.
Okay.
So that's actually a huge impact to how fangirling is viewed before and now.
That's true.
Right.
Makes sense.
So, like, I heard a thought piece about this. But before I go into that, parang my own perspective when I started being a fangirl was, honestly, I enjoy doing it. But if I were to be honest, I didn't think it was cool. Like, why are you devoting so much time to, like, you know, especially with K-pop, I don't even understand the lyrics. Like, that was always kind of the thing. And even my own sort of biases in the beginning, before I got sold into K-pop. So, parang, why are you, like, devoting your time to this? Ganyan. But I read a thought piece about this na parang, honestly, it's kind of, there is some sort of sexism involved about the negative impression of fangirls. So parang, why is it negative to see a girl expressing her feelings or what she wants? Because usually fangirls are girls.
Right.
Like, I mean, it started with the Beatles, right?
Right.
Like, a bunch of girls fainting or like screaming for guys, and that was always kind of frowned upon, as opposed to, you know, a bunch of guys watching like a football game or a basketball game. Like,
that's true.
Nobody like, you know, says that's like a bad thing, right? So, well, this thought piece that I read, I can't remember what it was, but like they were saying there is some sort of hints of sexism against that. And like, if you think about it, you know, the Beatles are huge because there were those fangirls that had kind of supported them, like that culture. So, and of course, I'm not saying like it's fully healthy. There are a lot of unhealthy things about taking fangirling
To the next level.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
too much. Like
Yeah.
taking it on too much. But that idea of being averse to sort of mostly females expressing their desire or their like or their appreciation for someone
Right.
is kind of like, kind of like, hey, that's not cool that you think that way. So anyway, that just got
Okay.
really deep. But
All right.
but I think there's like just a general uncoolness to it. But I think that's changing as well, like because now like all the stuff that geeks used to love in the 80s. There's the cool
Exactly,
things now,
yeah.
like Star Wars,
That's
Marvel.
true, that's
so,
true.
I think Comic-Con is huge. Like, it's as huge as like, I don't know, the NBA or whatever. Or Wimbledon, whatever.
Yeah.
So like, I think we're evolving, thankfully.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. So what would you say would be the peak of your fangirling for iKON?
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Well, this is
That's
so
good.
how different. So this is different from memorable because memorable is something
Yes.
that you will always remember, like an event that happened to you. But this one is like, when was the point when you said, "Oh my God, I'm really fangirling about them"?
Okay.
Parang ang hirap
There's so
nun.
many.
That's like, what the
When
toughest
top
question.
3, maybe.
Let's choose one.
Yeah.
So, early this year, again, we have a podcast for this. Pao and I went to Korea. And like literally that entire trip was just to do like a lot of iKON related stuff.
We have an episode for this.
Yeah, so I never done that before. I mean, I'd go overseas to watch a concert. But this is different because we like go to the cafes that are associated with them, restaurants,
Okay.
buy merch. So I thought that was peak.
So how many
Iconic
days did you
behavior.
spend to have like an
Like
iKON
5,
trip?
6 days.
Yeah, 5 or
okay.
6.
And when Pao says pulling a Dane, because that's the trip that I extended.
Okay.
Like, Because
Pulling
I
a
didn't want to
day.
leave yet. So,
Right.
And I've never done that before. So,
Now that I think about it, because I was gonna say like spending so much for merch and concerts, but for iKON, I've never devoted like an entire trip
yeah.
to
For them.
I mean for any other fandoms for that matter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we gave gifts.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
What kind of gift? So you saw them. I
We
mean,
did.
you even though they were just passing by, just the fact that you were able to give a gift. I mean,
Oh,
So
we were able
it's
to
complicated. Yeah, go.
we were able, so we were planning to like just go to the outskirts again for the restaurant of Yunyong. And then I remember there was a tweet saying that, hey, today is the Mexicana fan time and iKON's gonna be there, etc., etc. And then I remember telling Dana, it's a private event. We can't go there and like barge in, and so it's like futile if we go there. But then, because of Stan Twitter, we found out that it's an open event, like it's a mall event.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go in the event itself.
Yeah.
We can just lounge around.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Kind of like yesterday.
exactly.
But it was really not a closed event. So we got to literally see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Okay.
And we got to take videos, take photos,
yeah.
and people are just gonna pass by and see that, oh, it's iKON. But we stayed like
Right.
Like the entire time. And they were
The
just
entire
signing
time.
stuff.
Okay.
But it was, it was fun.
I remember the question that I asked Dane, like, so Dane,
Ito
are
lang
we
ba
just
tayo?
gonna sit here and watch them sign stuff?
Because it was a sign event. But that's not how we gave the gifts,
Okay.
We gave
That's
it
not how.
through, like, the
family.
the family.
The family.
Oh,
restaurant.
we didn't
So
just
that's the thing, like,
give-
I've never done, like, I never thought I'd do that before.
So what gift did you give?
Like, stuff from the Philippines.
Yeah,
like,
like
dried
dried
mango,
mango,
chocolate.
okay.
And we didn't just
Oh my
give
gosh, I
gifts.
wrote letters.
Ooh.
I've never written a fan letter since I was, like, I don't know, 12.
So like they're just adoring them. Like thank you for
Oh
what
my
did you
God,
write?
I can't
Yeah.
even remember what I wrote, but it was so hard to write. Like, what do I say? Like, I don't want to sound like we're close because we're not. They don't know me. They're probably not going to read it. So, it was such a weird. I don't remember what I wrote. It was weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
But yeah, something like, good luck, whatever, stay healthy. I don't know. I'm saying whatever because
I think,
I'm
yeah,
saying that,
basically
but
that's,
like,
that's
was
how
weird.
it went.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you just wanna.
And
You
put
just
it
wanna
out there.
okay.
The-
Just
the
wanna
thing
tell
about
them
that-
that you're a
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
The thing about the gift giving,
Yeah.
we also gave gifts to the family
Oh, yeah,
members.
so that's-
What?
Yeah.
So like for example, their family lives are actually also like gotten
They're
public.
pretty open.
They're-
Yeah,
Okay.
they're pretty open about
Yeah.
their lives, which is another interesting thing about iKON. It's not a lot of fight.
So,
Like compared to other
yeah,
K-pop
yeah.
fans.
very like
So-
private lives, private.
Uh-huh.
Like that.
So we were able to give gifts to the ate of
One of the members,
Jinan,
Jinan.
and then the mom of Yunyong
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
So what gifts do you give them? Like the family? Is
Really?
it the same
Like,
thing?
same.
The same
Ah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Dane wanted to give liquor.
Oh wow.
But then I was like, no, shady. And it's hard, like, yeah, so nowhere na lang.
Correct, correct. Oh, interesting, interesting. So one of the things that you mentioned that you wanted to convert me to the K-pop arena or whatever. So how do you plan to do that? What is it in iKON that would really catch my attention?
Okay. Because I know what kind of boys you like in K-dramas.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I can't say they look that way.
Uh-huh.
They have a different kind of vibe. So
Okay.
I'm putting it up front to manage your expectations.
Alright.
Because who do you like? I mean, just to give the listeners,
You know, like the
Okay.
boy next door type of guy.
like,
Clean cut.
there you go. So, okay. So that makes it a little
Medyo
harder.
Okay,
a little
okay.
harder.
It's kind of a different.
But are they all bad boys?
No.
No.
So yeah, so that helps. So they're a mix.
Okay.
One of them actually played the young Lee Min Ho twice.
Okay.
In Boys Over Flowers, so you might have watched it.
Right,
But he was
I
like
like
5
that.
years old. No, he wasn't
Also.
5. He
Oh
was like
my
10. He was like
gosh.
12 or something. Like, he was young. He was a literal kid.
Oh my god.
And he was also the young Lee Min Ho
In the
Heirs.
Heirs.
The Heirs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So I think probably he'd be the closest to who you'd like. I think we made you pick na before. I can't remember. who you
Right,
picked.
I think so too.
But yeah.
But like in terms of songs or like
Ah.
performance.
So performance is really where I think even like non-iconics, their fans, would say they really excel. Like they have really good stage
Yeah.
presence.
Mm.
Their live performances are insane.
It's not sloppy at all.
Okay.
No, it's not like it can be like a
It's not
mall event
yeah.
or a dome tour, and they give in their all.
Like, I
same
bet
time.
if they busk in Hongdae,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
people
like-
would crowd.
yeah,
Right.
and they'd give their
Right.
all. Like if
Yeah.
it was a free.
So what performance would you recommend me to watch then? Like in YouTube or
Yeah.
in any website?
So I thought the climax for Who Is Next, the one Pa was alluding to
Yeah.
earlier,
Ah.
is really good. But I prefer that you have a bit more of an emotional investment.
Yeah.
before
Okay,
that.
then what was a good
So,
like first
A
impression?
good start. You don't like super heavy hip hop, right?
I am game with anything.
Okay. Well, I really like My Type. Their performance in Sketchbook, because it was really
yeah.
live. They just debuted. They were rookies.
Okay.
But super top-notch professional performance.
Mhm.
And they're English subs. So
Okay.
it helps the kilig factor because that's a cutesy song. I like that. What about you, Pam?
I think I would recommend, siguro dahil kakanood ko lang sa kanya, the 300 performance.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
This is a song or this is a
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a
performance?
real
variety
kind of
show.
a variety
Ah.
They
show.
were like the first
Yeah.
guest.
Oh.
And 300 because they sang songs with 300 people.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So that's the idea. Is they perform
Yeah.
with like the audience.
Yeah, the audience.
Right,
do
right,
this,
right.
I think they did 2 songs, Love Scenario
And birthday. I
and
guess.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of upbeat
Yeah.
songs of iKON.
Mm,
So,
mm,
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the things that you recommend me to actually
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, My Type. The MV and also that performance. Yeah.
Right. So the MVs are like the actual music videos compared
Yes.
to the live performances,
Yes.
right? But you were saying that their strength is really on their
Yes.
live performances.
Yes.
So I should be watching the
Yes.
actual live
Yeah.
performances.
Live performances and dance practice videos.
Dance
Because they dance
Oh,
really well
dance
as well.
practice video.
Yeah. Oh, they have a good performance. Pero 6 pa lang sila nito because this was their first reality show. They were tasked to cover G-Dragon songs. GD
Yeah,
songs.
GD
And
and-
GD was their mentor.
Yeah.
So that one of a kind
and even GD
performance
was
and that
amazed.
XX.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And even like
He even
the
called
whole
them
of-
amateurs.
Mm.
And he was amazed that for someone who hasn't debuted yet, their trainee level, they were able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So Big Bang and 21 were pretty impressed by them. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's one thing again that I remember just now. For me, like a definition of a fangirling is someone who's not just advocating like a person or a group, but also is defending that group or that person. So have you done something like this before? Like have you like
Yeah.
went to like a rival group and then just
Oh.
bash them or something?
I really I try not
I
to.
try not.
I mean,
Oh.
I've engaged a couple times, I'm not gonna lie. But I just don't like that negativity.
Mm,
There are
yeah.
fans who I notice there are fans whose style is that way, is to like really bash or
Right.
like, I mean, not
Maybe
bash,
not
I suppose,
bash, but
like
just defend.
Defend staunchly.
Yeah.
But I think even as a person, I'm not confrontational. So I've gotten
Even
triggered.
online?
Online, I've gotten triggered a couple times. Like I can count them like in one hand. But I would say like 95% of my engagements and content are not that way. I would say
Okay.
98% actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So people are not really like coming into your account and saying that, oh, I don't believe you, I don't agree with what you're saying, then
Surprisingly, no. And I think it's because, I think like the algorithm, right?
Right.
If you show that kind of behavior or if your activity is that way, then you'll be introduced to other accounts
right.
who are the same way. But
Yeah.
since I try not to, so the circle I'm in, thankfully, is
Yeah.
pretty like...
So it could also be
wholesome.
because of the interaction of iKON. It's not really like they don't really have rivalries or they don't really compete with other people. Maybe that's why as well.
Honestly, they've had it rough.
Uh-huh.
So they had, supposedly, they had a pretty bad reputation when they debuted.
Oh,
Because they were
okay.
such a power group, so young. Parang they rubbed off people the wrong way, sort of, especially in Korea. So they were thought to be like boastful, parang medyo mayabang.
Okay.
They don't have the peachiest reputation,
Right.
for sure. So they get attacked a
Right.
lot.
Exactly. They get-
And it doesn't help na because nga they came in and the reality show kasi was their group versus another group. You might know winner, so that's the other group. So there was already an embedded rivalry
Yeah.
between the two fandoms.
Right.
And if I'm being honest, at the beginning, I really supported iKON. So I also didn't like winner. It's just because they won, and I always thought that, you know,
iKON deserved it.
supposed to win. But eventually, like, I got it. I like their songs then. And, like, mine was super funny. So, parang,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I can't say na I'm like, I'm a WhyKON supporter.
Right,
WhyKON,
right,
like,
right,
winner
right.
iKON, like, both of them.
Oh,
But there are
okay.
people talaga
Yeah.
who kind of, sometimes those things would just light up on Twitter na parang mag-aaway yung dalawang fandoms. And I just try not to get involved.
I don't get involved because I don't want to set a bad example.
Right.
Because I think majority of our moods and also in our Stan Twitter, they know that we're kind of not the younger generation anymore.
Okay.
We declare that we're second generation fangirls. So we're kind of at that point na rin na we don't want to, you know, set a revolution with these younger ones. So as much as possible, if they're trying to be a little rowdy about it, we don't engage. I don't necessarily give a piece of my mind whenever there's like a fandom war.
Yeah.
I have my opinions, but I
Okay.
keep them private.
Or like, we talk about it in group chats.
Yeah.
With people.
Kami na lang.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
our
yeah,
own.
yeah.
But then, what I see from other accounts who do sort of engage, and the reasoning is, which is fair, like, we can't just sit down and take it from other fans. That's what they say. Na parang, you're
yeah,
bullying
yeah.
our favorites.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything. So we can't just, you know, they gotta clap back. And I respect that. Like, fine. Like, I mean, you do you. I think they're just really different ways of being a fan.
fangirl.
And for some
Fangirl.
people, they feel the need to sort of defend. Whereas...
That's right. That's
and they
right.
might not, the fact that we stay quiet when someone attacks iKON,
Yeah.
we don't say anything. But I personally feel that it's just not my style. So, you know, so we have our own roles
Yeah.
and we do our thing, and that's fine.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
so, yeah.
true.
And there's always a mute button. That's always what they say.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if you don't like this negativity or, you know, this tension, then just mute me.
There's also a
okay.
couple of instances that I didn't open Twitter because it's really messy.
Yeah.
Because of the
there
war,
are days
the
when
fandom.
there's just like...
Okay,
Drama.
I'm not here for this, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go online.
So you're free to
I
do...
see.
I always feel like...
I think that contributes to what I said, that it's fangirling life is also tiring.
Right.
Because for me, I'm already stressed with, you know, life in general.
Yeah.
And you just want to have something that's fun and that's, you know, simple and cool or something like that.
Correct.
But if you're going to see those things online and you're going to read those things
Yeah.
online, that's actually like, okay, it's canceled. I don't want to
I don't need
participate in this anymore. So I'm gonna log out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people actually would ask I don't know about Dane, but in my case, there would be people who are actually direct messaging us, me particularly, in Twitter, asking for my opinion. There are certain instances like that.
Okay.
But as much as possible, I don't say it unless I practically been chatting with that person for quite a while. But if I don't know that person, kasi meron talaga parang, ate,
People
so,
will ignite really.
yeah, I guess
I
because
never get that. I'm sad.
well, we have so many moods, so yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to just ask briefly. You mentioned first gen and second gen fans. What does that
Third
mean?
gen, actually. No.
Okay.
Okay, third gen. What does that mean?
So first gen is like HOT,
Chinwa.
Chinwa.
So you mean the
Reply.
band?
Yeah, you know Reply.
So the boy
97,
bands.
like the Reply
I
97.
see.
See?
Is Rain first generation? Boa?
PDNM.
I would say so. I would think
Is
so.
Boa first generation? Or sort of transitioning to
Second
second
na siya.
So these are the artists themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not to define a fan.
No. It's like the chronological lang.
Yeah,
parang.
Yeah.
The
Parang
decades
kailan
of
ka
K-pop.
naging fangirl?
Oh,
And which
okay.
group, yeah.
Oh, right. Kung kailan ka naging fan. Okay, that makes sense. So, another thing, I think, so, that's the negative side to it. But I think there's also a positive side wherein you actually gain friends. So, have you gained friends, like, internationally?
Oh,
for
Dane.
Oh,
a
yeah.
group that is not really from the Philippines, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We do.
I have moods. I mean, that's the thing with Stan Twitter is, again, another level up of my fangirling with
Yeah.
actually meeting people.
Oh.
Without
fans.
me.
Oh, so
Yeah,
like
so,
fan
Nagulat
meets, like,
ako that she
Yeah,
met
so-
like with people.
So, there's this thing called cup sleeve events. These are cup sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
So parang, like fans would put together an event. Kaya it's someone's birthday. Like it's an iKON member's birthday.
Okay.
So they'd set up a cup sleeve event in a cafe in Manila or anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And then they'd invite the fans to go.
Yeah.
And
And there would
usually
be-
that's a chance to like meet people.
There would be giveaways, like photo cards.
And you keep the cup sleeve
yeah.
nga, ganyan. That's part of merch.
Oh.
So like the first few ones that we went to, Pao and I, we started going like last December.
Ah.
Pero we didn't also want to engage. Like kaming dalawa.
Yeah,
lang.
yeah.
Tried not to tell everyone. But like recently, I've met with people that I met on Twitter.
I haven't met, I think, like
Anybody else?
intentionally. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna invest time for
Correct.
these people and meet them out of my own comfort
Yeah.
zone. I haven't tried it.
Because I would think with all your merch, it's gonna be like a good way to actually interact with them, share your merch, like show it, and then, I don't know, because NBA cards are meant to be exchanged.
So-
okay.
I did not
To
know
that
that.
point, I actually,
Like
I
trading
haven't
cards,
done
right?
that for
That's
iKON.
That's true.
I haven't done that for iKON, like meet up and exchange.
Yeah.
I've done that for Shiny.
Yeah.
I've been fangirling Shiny for quite a while. So, mas marami akong na-meet na people within the Seoul fandom. iKONIC, for me, it's more on the online talaga. Like, I have several group chats, but I don't add them in my own accounts, like in my personal accounts yet. Unlike Dane, I was actually shocked that she showed her face in Stan Twitter. Like, so we're in that page now. I didn't know. I wasn't informed. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, no one cared. So like,
No one
I
cared.
got any views.
Okay.
I think it's not a big deal.
yeah. So, that's one. And then, I remember, having like a group of people lang talaga who supports just one member.
Yeah.
So, meron akong group that supports like all of them, all the 7 of them. Meron akong group that supports like one member. And then, like what Dane said and PDNM said before in our podcasts, I have 5 biases out of 7. So
That's a lot.
I have a stable bottom too. I have little groups within groups. I think the one that I really gained friends when the cup sleeve event started kasi in the Philippines. So, the reason why I created my Stan account is for me to be able to write fics. Like, using pictures. So, kaya iKON pic fics.
Right.
So, but then, I remember, sobrang hirap maghanap ng photos. Tas, I need other people to help me, like,
Provide you those photos.
Provide the photos. Tas, at the same time, pick on their brain, like, why did they like the photo? Or, why are you keeping that photo? Something like that. So, I remember having my me time in one of the cafes where the event was held. And then, I just start asking people like, hi, I'm writing fics, so how can you provide me like pictures? Or, who's your bias? Maybe I can write fics for you. And, this is little investment lang din kasi microfics lang naman siya, like in Twitter. So, 280 characters or less.
Ah.
So, Yun. Si Dane talaga yung maraming na-meet in terms na talagang nakakwentuhan na niya with all her.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And it actually had a lot to do with my writing as well. So, like Pao, I mean, you know Ike that I write.
Yeah.
So, one big benefit that I got from fangirling is I got the confidence to write. And, like, I have the motivation to really try to get published just because I've gotten really good, you know, I've been so grateful to feedback. Constructive, positive from other fans. Because they read my work.
That's
I
nice.
don't write enough, honestly. I feel bad.
So you have now gained like followers and support.
And readers, people who offer to read your work.
Right,
so I'm really thankful.
Speaking of support, like you said that one of the things that you invested is emotions. Do you get also like support from the fans in terms of the different things that you're feeling, given events that's happening to iKON? And
Actually. I remember in episode 4 of Kony's podcast, so I remember receiving so many DMs also.
Okay.
Saying na they share our opinion or like, I feel for you. If it's hard for you, it's also hard for us.
Episode 4 is because Hanbin, the leader of iKON, is not with iKON anymore.
Right.
So we made an episode about it.
And I think
just to, like, I mean, it's more like therapeutic for us as well.
Exactly. You will be able to meet people who would actually share. You wouldn't know because they're not as vocal.
Right.
But eventually, you will meet people who would have the same opinion, same interest. And then at the same time, you know, right then and there, you're gonna click with them.
Right, so it's really just having that community to
Yeah.
talk about, you know, one thing that you're in common with, which is, you know, liking or loving iKON, right?
Yeah.
So it's really just that. It's not really a totally different
Yeah.
kind of world.
Yeah.
Like, people can understand it. Like you were saying, it's just like, you know, people watching football or watching Wimbledon, fanning about sports.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Or like if you like to hike in the Philippines, you would join a hiking group or you'd hike.
Yeah.
Like, they become friends outside of hiking, stuff like that, whatever.
right.
So,
and there are expensive hobbies anyway. So
Yes.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting. That's interesting.
So, did we answer your question?
Yes, you did. Fangirling world.
So, did you gain good insights about the K-pop fangirls?
Yes, I did. So there are actually different ways to show your support, to show that you are a fangirl. It also has different levels as well. So it's just nice to know because it doesn't have to be like you in the front lines, like taking photos, killing yourself to be able to really show your support to a specific group. So it's really just you, I guess, enjoying yourself and, you know, being able to share your thoughts about them. So
that's the thing with iKON. So like I always see some people saying, I wasn't there from the beginning, like I only found you with that scenario. But you know, I'm still a fan. I may not have a combat, like a light stick. I may not have seen you live yet. But you know, that doesn't diminish the fact that you're just a fan as anyone else who maybe has seen all their concerts. It's been there from the beginning. So
interesting. Okay.
Yay!
Thank you guys.
Thank you so
much, Ike's, for agreeing to this podcast.
Yes.
So, siguro mauulit soon. Maybe with Gorgie.
Yeah.
And PD Nim.
And it's because Ike is such a wealth of information about K-dramas. It'd be really nice to hear her lists in the future.
I know.
Yeah, sure. I'll share that to you guys. Yeah. Probably some of them are actually part of the K-pop world. I just don't know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Maybe you can do a game where like, okay, we'll make you
we
listen to an
can do a challenge.
Yeah. We'll make you listen to an iKON song and then you can match it as
to
a
a drama. Yeah, why not? Why not? We can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Maybe in our next trip.
Which is soon. Hindi pa nga tapos. Meron na kagad kasi.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, we just want to thank you, Alex, for your time.
Yes, thank you for sharing your thoughts as well on, you know, fangirling.
I feel like I attended a focus group. Where's my GC?
Yes.
My freebies.
And the free food.
Freebies. Yeah, free food. Correct.
So that's it for this episode. We hope that you enjoy, or at least you
learn
something new, especially if
relate to what you were saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts because I'm pretty sure that you have your own experiences as well. you have your own answers, and maybe Ikes would also want to know.
Yeah, why
what your
not?
answers
To
are.
psychoanalyze you.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
retweet or reply, or
Yeah.
in our YouTube channel, maybe you can comment and
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Yeah. And send us a voice message if you like via Anchor. So we've had one before.
Yeah.
We really like getting those, and if we get enough, we can maybe put them together.
Oh, that's nice. That's
that'd
nice.
be so cute.
Do it. For the fangirling.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, and we'll see you in our
In the
next
next podcast.
podcast. Bye.
Bye.